What's up, Richard? Tim Moose here. Since of course I've been doing my favorite Christmas movies of each decade, it is time for the '90s charts. And boy, lots of really interesting Christmas movies of the '90s. Here is my official top 10. All right, number 10 and 9 are technically both movies with the same title, by the way, but very different movies, obviously. Number 10, you guys probably know what I'm gonna say. 1997's Jack Frost. And I'm actually talking about the horror version. Oh boy. Yeah, there was two Jack Frost movies that came out that same year. Another one I'll talk about here in a bit. But the first I'm going to talk about is Jack Frost. It's pretty much like, let's say, Child's Play, but with a snowman rather than a dog. If you guys don't know much about the story, it's more like this after an accident that left this killer Jack Frost dead, and he returns as like this killer snowman here, and you do got a very young Shannon Elizabeth, who obviously you might know as Nadia from American Pie, or you might know her as Buffy Gilmore from Scary Movie and many others. I always love Shannon Elizabeth. Who did not love her? Come on. But Jack Frost from '97. It's not a great movie, but it is a lot of fun. Some of the kills are great. And I admit the bathroom scene, Shannon Elizabeth death scene in this was a little too much. They could tone that one down a little bit. But I still quite enjoyed this one, to say the least. It was fun. I mean, who doesn't love a good, a good slasher Christmas movie? And Jack Frost is one of them. All right. Speaking of Jack Frost, number 9 is another Jack Frost movie that came out that same year, and that is the 1998 version. Now, of course, the 1998 version starred Mikey Keaton. Well, they didn't come out the same year; they came out like a year apart. But so now, of course, Jack Frost starred Michael Keaton as his musician who returns to his young son in the form of a magical snowman. You do got like Michael Keaton, the late Kelly Preston, Mark Addy, a very young Joseph Cross. I really quite enjoyed that Jack Frost movie from '98. It was really heartfelt, really timely. I mean, it's a really nice, charming film. You guys have seen that. All right. Speaking of Michael Keaton, by the way, number 8. This is actually more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard is, to be honest. Yeah. But number 8, Batman Returns. It is, of course, set during Christmas Day in Gotham, where Batman faces two threats, who's Penguin and the Catwoman, and definitely, obviously, very Christmassy. Really, again, it's another Mikey Keaton film on this list. It's who doesn't love Batman Returns? The follow up to Tim Burton's Batman, Danny DeVito as a Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. You had like Chris Walken, Micah Go. You had some really good cast members in this one. It's just such a really fun one, to say at least. All right, number 7 is the remake of Miracle on 34th Street. Miracle on 34th Street, of course, stars the likes of Richard Attenborough as Chris Kringle, Mara Wilson, who you might know from Mrs. Doubtfire fame, Matilda fame, Elizabeth Perkins, Dylan McDermott, and of course that about a man claiming to be the real Santa Claus inspires hope and beliefs in a skeptical world here. And while it's not nowhere near as good as the original one with Ed McGuinn, it's still really decent, heartfelt story to say the least. Richard Attenborough, who you might know as John Hammond from Jurassic Park, is really solid as Chris Kringle here. Um, Mara Wilson, obviously, best known from Matilda fame. She's great. It's such a really decent, heartfelt story. All right, coming in at number 6 is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Of course, obviously, about Jack Skellington, the Punky King of Halloween Town, becomes obsessed with Christmas, and you can never really tell if it's like if it's considered more of a Christmas movie or a Halloween film, but it's technically both really. It is a really decent one, to say the least. Of course, you got like really cool voice talents like Chris Sarandon as the voice of Jack Skellington, Catherine O'Hara, who's obviously in this list about 2 more times, I mean, yeah, who just doesn't love Nightmare Before Christmas? Like, stop motion's great. I still always keep forgetting Tim Burton did not direct this, but he did a good job at producing. Really, I should say. I mean, yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas is just a '90s anime classic. There. All right. Number five is the Muppet Christmas Carol. Now, of course, you've got Michael Keaton as Ebenezer Scrooge. Obviously, you got Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy here. Gonzo as Charles Dickens. One more you ask for there. And it is, of course, like Charles Dickens' classic tale as who is, of course, retold with heart and humor here. Michael Keaton as Scrooge is great casting and all. I mean, it's just such a really classic, charming film. Uh, I mean, it's a really decent family film. Like, who does definitely one of the best Muppet movies there is, and yeah, who just does love Muppets Christmas Carol, right? All right. Coming in at number four is Jingle All the Way. Now, of course, Jingle All the Way stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as this father, who plays Harold Langston, who's this frantic, workaholic father, whose citywide quest to find like the hottest toy Turbo Man for his son, only to discover that presents matter more than any gifts here. That being present matters more than any gifts here. Obviously, he also has to compete against this, mailman played by Sinbad. Of course, Jake Lloyd. How about before he became Anakin Skywalker? Young ass Skywalker. I should say he was really good in this one as well. You have the late great Phil Hartman. I mean, he has some really decent supporting players. I mean, definitely lots of fun moments. Like, obviously, my favorite moment will always be the Santa Claus. Like Arnold just taking, like, just finding a couple of Santas is always a given. And of course, the parade scene is really good. I mean, it's just such a really classic family film there. All right. Coming in at number three is, of course, the Santa Claus. Now, of course, here you got Tim Allen, who plays Scott Calvin, who accidentally causes Santa to fall off the roof, and he magically becomes the new Santa here, transforming like physically and emotionally here, and it's just such a really heartfelt story. I mean, Tim Allen really the transformation that he does as Santa is great. Of course, you have David Krumholtz as Bernard the Elf is always great. I mean, the first Santa Claus is always a classic here. Tim Allen definitely one of the top tier Santas. I mean, it's just such a really classic one there. All right, and obviously number two and one are pretty much the same film, really. But number two is obviously Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. Now, of course, this time around you have Kevin, who gets separated from his family, but this time he ends up all alone in New York, and obviously you have Harry and Marv at them. I mean, you also have a little cameo by a convicted felon that we have in the White House now, so there's that too. But hey, it is still a great one. I mean, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York is definitely one of my favorite ones there is. I will watch this around the holidays all the time. It's just such a classic. Loads of, isn't it? I don't know. Is it as good as the original? Maybe not. I mean, the original is still a timeless one, but I still get a kick out of Home Alone 2 all the time. It's just fun, entertaining. It's endearing here. I mean, come on. Harry and Marv really gets it more the second time around. I mean, it's just such a great one. And obviously, the Pigeon Lady is, who doesn't love the Pigeon Lady, right? Who, by the way, that is not Pierce Morgan, just saying now. But anyway, yeah, Home Alone 2 is just one of the best. And obviously, number one, you know what it is. Number one is Home Alone, the very first film, obviously. Of course, you know the story. Like 8-year-old Kevin is, accidentally, left behind while his family travels to Paris here. Boy, if this was today, child services will be all over the McAllister household. Like, seriously. I mean, yeah, how hasn't child services been caught on them yet? It's still beyond me, but okay. I mean, Home Alone is just a timeless one. From the John Williams iconic score, to like the Wet Bandits. I mean, the iconic line of Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. I mean, it's just such a timeless classic here. Of course, Buzz is great. I mean, it's just one of the, to me, is the best Christmas movie of all time. It's definitely a childhood favorite of mine. It is like really charming. It's just such a really good family one, and obviously Macaulay Culkin is great. I mean, if you guys obviously for some ever reason never watch Home Alone, mostly the first two, give them a go on Christmas. They are just some of the best there is. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, the horror version of Jack Frost. Number 9, the Michael Keaton version of Jack Frost. 8, Batman Returns. 7, Miracles on 34th Street. 6, Nightmare Before Christmas. 5, Muppets Christmas Carol. 4, Jingle All the Way. 3, The Santa Claus. 2, Home Alone 2. And number 1 is the first Home Alone. Now, there's a few other ones I could have included as well. Look Who's Talking Now, the Dirtiest Summer, the Look Who's Talking franchise. That's a good one. Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin. What else we got here? The Preacher's Wife with Denzel and Whitney Houston. Prancer. Home for the Holidays, but technically that's more of a Thanksgiving movie, not really a Christmas film. So that's kind of why that's on my list. I'll be coming home for Christmas. So yeah, lots of really good ones I could have included. But let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite '90s Christmas movies? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Sire.